Hey everyone, it's me. So today I thought we would kind of like redo what we tried to do on Sunday live. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My internet was just constantly giving out on me, so I'm sorry for that. But we're just gonna try again the products that I wanted to try on Sunday. Obviously I've already tried them, so I already kind of know if I like them or not, but I just wanted to give you my opinion and show you me using them. So one of the new products, or new to me, that I tried already that I just put on is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I would say the texture of this is pretty similar to the Tatcha Silk Canvas. It's very balmy. It feels a little tiny bit different than the Tatcha. It doesn't feel as creamy, but I think this one is just meant to be more like balmy and just to like fill in your pores here. Just tap that here. And you see it blurs a little bit. You can kind of see on my face here. This is where I get most of my texture, is like right here. So just like pat that on. I used to be a huge fan of the Benefit Porefessional Primer. So we'll see what we think of this one. Now, I told y'all before that I want to try to start doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is my eyeshadow first. Really what you're supposed to do is put on your primer, then do your eyeshadow, then found out, really great pro tip, thank you Robert Welsh, is you can actually take your primer on like a cotton pad and just sweep it away. I tried that with that blue eyeshadow look that I did because I always get crazy fallout with blue under here. Oh my gosh, it took it all away. And I didn't ruin my face because I was doing it with primer. Who knew, right? Obviously Robert Welsh did, but whoa, that changed my life right there. So especially because like blue, even if you wipe it away, like even if you get it off, at least for me, like I just have such a hard time with it. And I love wearing blue, but I just hate that it gets like stuck there. And like, even if you cover it, it feels like there's still some left and it mixes with your makeup and it's just a whole big mess. So really, really loved that pro tip. So like I said, in true fashion, we are going to go in to our eyeshadow next. For eyeshadow, we're gonna use a palette that's new to us. We're gonna use the Lime Crime Venus XL2. Yeah, I'm really excited to try this because I saw the color story and I was just like, this is so up my alley. It's like all these neutral greens and like burgundy beige and like, you know, kind of dusty pink colors. So I'm really, really excited to try this. Obviously, we're gonna prime our eyes first with our MAC Painterly Paint Pot. This thing is so amazing. Y'all already know how much I love this eye primer. I like being really rough on my eyes today. What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Make sure you get it in all those corners. I just love the coverage this gives on the eyelid. It's so nice. What do y'all think of my new background? I'm in my kitchen now, getting fancy. We're moving to different rooms in the house. Okay, and I think I want to talk about maybe today like how to do a halo eye. I think that might be fun. I kind of talked about before how to do the, you know, 5 easy steps to up your eyeshadow game. But today I think, you know, I want to work on some halo eyes with y'all. What do you think of that? So to start off with, we're gonna use Obscure as our transition shade. It's kind of this like minty green color. Y'all know I love mint green. I have never tried Lime Crime's eyeshadow formula before. Never tried anything from them actually, so this could be a mistake. Trying to do a eyeshadow tutorial with a new, you know, eyeshadow palette. We'll see. So far so good, I like this one. It's a little bit lighter than I thought, so it may be a little light for a transition shade, but we'll make it work. Designers, make it work. It's what I hear in my head every time. It's not bad. It's a little light for a transition, but we'll work with it. think I want to do like a green halo eye. I've just been feeling green ever since that hot jalapeno tutorial. I don't know, I've just been itching for some more green. Green, green, green. I love green. And I really like brushes like this one for laying down that transition shade. They just do such a beautiful job. Like, I don't even think I'm gonna have to blend this out at all. Okay, nice little light transition. You know what? Let's take some of Sage here. It looks so much darker in person than it does on camera, but we'll see how it works as a transition shade. Oh yeah. Mixed in with that light shade, it's just fine. I think it actually kind of brings it to the tone that I wanted it to be, which is good. Yeah, you see that just darkened it a little bit, but since we've already had that light color down, it just works. It's okay, you can layer more than one eyeshadow, it's not gonna hurt anything. Make sure you get it all the way up here, because we don't want to leave that area bare. Let's try Locust. It's shimmery, but you know, we'll take a risk, branch out a little bit. So when you do a halo eye, you just want to do a transition shade first. So something kind of like the color that we did, just a little bit lighter. The reason you want to do that is because you want something for the darker shadows to blend into that, I say, it kind of catches them. So it just keeps them from going as crazy. This might be really nice. And I like using a packing brush like this one for laying down that dark color. Reason being because you can really get this corner here nice and smooth because that end is very straight. Okay. So you see how that gave me like a nice straight shape to where all I have to do now is blend it. And I'm gonna be a little bit lazy and I'm just gonna use the same brush that I used earlier. I'm just blending that top edge. I'm not really gonna focus on blending the color that I patted down here because we don't really want that to go away. I think that's a mistake that I was making before, was blending the color that I laid down like on the actual lid itself. And I think that was kind of messing up my halo eyes. What am I trying to say? So we're gonna use Ivy. So I'm just gonna take my finger and I'm gonna place Ivy right here in the middle. This is really pretty. The shadows are very smooth. They obviously have some pigment to them, which is good. I'm just gonna take that packing brush and just kind of tap those edges with that. I think that's another thing that I've learned about halo eyes too, is that like you don't really have to blend so much as you just want to tap everything. I'm going to take Myth right here. I keep thinking about like, was it the Great Muppet Caper where they're like, Myth, Myth? I think one of the most frustrating parts about doing makeup on camera is sometimes in real life your makeup will look fine and blended, but on camera it just looks so bad. Like for some reason it's just not translating on camera the same as what it looks like in real life. And I like to even try to blend that darker shade just up across here, just because I like how it looks. Some people like to take the light metallic shade all the way up. I don't personally, just because I still want some darkness up here, but it's preference. It's whatever you want to do. I feel like most of makeup is just whatever you want to do. Like, don't let anybody talk you out of it. So I'm going to take a little more of Myth and put that on my inner corner here. Ooh, that's shiny. Like it. I like it a lot. And just because I'm feeling fancy, I'm going to take a little bit and put it under my brow bone here. And just take a little more of Locust just to redo that a tiny, tiny bit. So nice. So when I do a halo eye, obviously we put our dark color here and here, pat it, pat it, pat it. blend just the edges of it. And then I like to take like a medium tone metallic, put it right in the middle, and then just in the very narrow center, I like to put a really light metallic, and then just put a really light metallic right there, or a light matte. I mean, it doesn't have to be metallic, but that's what I've been using. I think I want to take just a little bit of classical right here and just kind of blend it into this locust color. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a really dark color, usually a matte, and I'll just kind of pop that like on the very, very inside of the darkness. So just a very small amount of it. There we go. And it just helps make it darker. I think that looks better. That's what we were missing, was like a little bit matte. And you see how that blended pretty effortlessly. Ooh, yes. I love how that looks. It's so nice. Ooh. Like it. So as you saw in my full face under $40 video, I really like this e.l.f. powder. So I'm just gonna take that and just kind of like lightly dust it over my primer. So I'm just gonna take a little stippling brush and I'm just gonna powder that primer a little bit. When you have brushes like this that are duo fiber, you just wanna be really gentle. This is the Lancome Teint Idole, and I know it says sunscreen. This really threw me off. So this says it's a sunscreen, but it's a foundation. Because I looked it up on the Ulta website. I was like, did I buy the right thing? Because it said it was a sunscreen. So I was like, what is this? So it turns out the true story is that this is a foundation that's full coverage, matte, has SPF in it, and is like long wear and all that good stuff. It says it's full coverage. To me, it doesn't seem like a full, it seems like a really nice medium. And I feel like when I say, oh, it's not really a full coverage, I feel like people tend to assume that that's a bad thing. But honestly, I don't really want like, you know, Estee Lauder Double Wear all the time, because that is the most full coverage foundation I've ever used in my life. I know there's like the camouflage one that's more full coverage than that. But just of the ones that I've used, I don't really need like full coverage all the time. I think I'm starting to gravitate more towards like a medium full. I'm also trying to like keep my foundation away from the under eye area lately. I don't know, I just am finding that that looks better. But I do like the Teint Idole, I really like it. Just the one time that I've already used it, I really, really like it. Cause see, I mean, like it's full enough that it's kind of covering my zit here, but it's not like so full coverage that it's looks cakey. I'm really impressed with the way that this took care of my pores on Sunday, cause I didn't use a pore filling primer, but I still felt like it just really did a good job with my pores. I always like to take my foundation down my neck. I always have a hard time getting foundation like right here. Concealer time, of course, using our trusty Pat McGrath. So I just had some things I've been thinking about that I wanted to maybe try to do. I was thinking about maybe trying to venture into like those my skincare routine videos. This is the concealer brush I used in my full face of favorites. It's not the exact same one, it's just a different like style of the same brush. Like it is the same brush, it's just on a different handle basically. But do you see like, that's it. It's all blended. It's done. I am gonna try to get it here because I've been wearing my glasses all day. But do you see like how it just does such a good job with that concealer? I'm gonna use the matte, you know, the e.l.f. setting powder. It's a little bit matte, but I'm gonna use that one just because this foundation is a little bit dewy. So this is the same brush I used again in my full face of favorites video, and this is the technique I was talking about where I just kind of take like a tiny bit of powder and just tap, tap, tap. Then I take my stippling brush and just kind of go over that blend, get off any excess powder very, very lightly. I'm gonna use this palette. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Ghost. I'm like, where's my blush brush? I'm gonna use the shade Sublime Flush. I also find that if you kind of start your blush off wherever you want it to be and then sweep up, it just looks so nice. Gives you that like lifted look like this. You see how I'm sweeping up like that? It's harder to see when I tilt my head, but I tilt my head when I blend, so. Now is time for the contour. Of course, we're gonna use our Shade and Light palette. Love it, love it, love it. Great palette for contouring. Contour the way you should, people. Yeah. Then sometimes I take a clean brush and just kind of blend it, because especially if you feel like you put too much like I just did, then you can blend it. Pro tip, take it from someone who's made a lot of mistakes. When you do your contour, try to start like right here in the middle, and then you don't end up with a giant splotch to blend out. And just take that brush and blend, blend, blend. Look at that chiseled cheekbone. My hair always goes crazy when I blend. Much, much better. And then I take a little bit of the lightest shade and kind of dust that over my nose area. And then I again take my stippling brush that might have some powder left over on it, and just make sure that all my face powders are blended, because you do not want to leave your face powders unblended. Just like you wouldn't leave your eyeshadow unblended, please don't leave your face powders unblended. And if I feel like it still looks a little bit heavy, I'll take these setting powders. These are the Hourglass Ambient Lighting setting powders. And I'll just kind of like go over those areas again, just to like zhuzh them up a little bit. So you see the difference between this side and this side. It just looks so nice on this side. This is the I Heart Revolution Rose Gold Glow. The Rose Gold Glow highlighter. It looks really nice. It's got a cute little pink shade and like a nice little gold shade. I think for today I want to use the gold shade. The pink shade worked really, really nicely on Sunday. I really enjoyed how that looked. I would say, honestly, the reason I'm so impressed with this highlighter is because obviously there's a million highlighters out there, right? We all know that. I feel like at least how this looks on the skin, it's really comparable to, I would say, the Ofra highlighters. Like the finish is just very similar. You can always tell when I'm feeling myself in these videos. I always laugh. I'm like, really, Sarah? I like it. Can you tell? Okay, and then before I do my mascara, I want to try a new product that I have not tried, so I'm nervous, but we'll see how this goes. So this is the Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper. This is just a sample size. But would you be interested in me doing a like full face of samples? Because I feel like I have a lot of samples that I need to use and I haven't. So if y'all want to see that, let me know. Realizing I forgot to grab a brow product to use, so I'm just gonna brush up my brows here just to make them look halfway decent. So as far as the hydrating lip plumper, it just feels very minty, which is nice. It doesn't feel, okay, it feels a little tingly, but not like burning tingly. I don't know. This stuff has always made me nervous. This is actually, confession, this is my first time using a lip plumper. I've never used one before, at least not knowingly. Do my lips look any plumper? I feel like I want to be like this all the time, because I'm like expecting my lips to look huge. I'm sure it's gonna be like a 5-minute thing. It's really not gonna be that much of a difference, I'm sure. So for mascara, we are gonna use our Essence Instant Volume Boost. I love this one. It can get a little clumpy, but honestly, it's super easy to fix. And it's a really great mascara, especially for the price of it. Now it's starting to tingle more. This is making me so nervous, you guys. It almost feels like my lips are going numb. I don't know how to feel about this. This is so weird. I don't know how to feel about this. Where did my eyeliner go? Is this giving me memory loss too? Oh, there's my eyeliner. I cannot think. So I'm using, again, the Ulta Beauty gel eyeliner in the shade Mink, which is a nice little brown. I'm gonna do my upper waterline and my lower. So you see when you take that eyeliner like on the inside of your eye and up the waterline in there, do you see the difference between this eye and this eye? It just gives you such a nice shape. Ooh, just love how that looks. And I like how if you use a brown, it's not so like dark and intense that it totally closes off your eye. Lower lash line time. We'll start off with classical. Get it in that corner. These pencil brushes are really good for getting it in that corner. And we're just gonna smoke and pancake it on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take a little bit of that eyeliner and just kind of go on this outside part here, just to kind of unify the lash line and the lash line and the waterline a little bit. So I'm just kind of tight lining, which means I'm getting very, very close to the lash line with that eyeliner. Then I'm gonna take that pencil brush that has the classical shade on it, and I'm just smoking it out. Why am I all the way down here? So then I can smoke out the eyeliner and really just blow this whole thing out. You know what? I think I want to take a little bit of it up here on the lid too, just on the outside. I think that's going to make a nice little look. So basically what I've done is I've taken the eyeliner from here to here, and now I'm just going to take it into about here. And I'm not doing a wing, I'm just taking it on that outside, like 1/4 of my eye. And I love how that looks. Just personally, it's a look I've always gravitated towards, just because it looks so nice. And I'm just smoking it out with this classical shade. Do you see how that just really gave us some nice drama and definition on that upper lash line and lower lash line? So then I'm gonna take my little pom-pom brush, and I wanna use the shade Ivy that we used on our lid, this shade right here. And I'm just gonna gradient that out. We already have the Myth shade down there, so we don't really need to go in with that one again, but if you feel like it's getting lost, you can use your inner corner highlight shade again. The more I see it, the more I'm liking this palette. So I don't know, this could be a fave, we'll have to see. Last but not least, for the lips, I am gonna use my favorite lipstick again. This is the Beauty Bakery Matte Lip Whip in the shade Salted Caramel Mocha. This lip color is just one of my favorites. It looks super orange on camera for some reason, but in real life it's just such a nice brown color. Did this just take off all of that lipstick on my lip? Yep, it did. That's weird. I like the plumper, but I feel like it's making my lipstick go everywhere, which I'm not liking. Oh my God. What is this plumper doing to my lip? Okay, so to try to salvage this, I'm gonna take my Morphe lip gloss in the shade Sauced. This is just looking like crap on my lips here. Let's see if this Morphe gloss will save me. It's at least making it more brown, which is good. That's what I was kind of hoping for. Okay, so educate me. I'm a novice to lip plumpers. Do they have something in them that just like dissolves? That dissolves like matte lipstick? Is that what's happening? I'm liking this look so far, even though my lips look janky. What is that about? this is the finished look. Hopefully y'all learned how to do a halo eye or got like a better sense of how to do a halo eye. Honestly, a lot of it is just trial and error. You just have to keep trying, figure out what works for you, and just keep practicing, because I feel like makeup is like math. If you don't do it over and over and over and over again, you're not gonna know how to do it. You're gonna look awesome. But that is all from me today. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.